Let's start with a story. Rear Admiral Grace Hopper, a pioneering computer scientist who helped create the COBOL programming language, once taught a fascinating lesson. She would pull a piece of wire from her handbag, about 11 inches long, and say, "This is a microsecond." Because that's exactly how far an electron travels in 1/1,000,000th of a second. We tend to think of electricity as instantaneous. After all, it moves at 186,000 miles per second. But in the world of computers, every inch matters. Inside a microprocessor, there can be a quarter of a mile of tiny wire traces, and millions of electrical pulses are pushed through them. Distance isn't just a detail, it's a design constraint. In computers, one component's output is another component's input. A file read from a hard drive is output for the drive, but for the memory chips receiving that file, it's input. The problem is, components run at different speeds. Hard drives are painfully slow compared to memory chips, so memory ends up sitting idle. Much of a computer's design focuses on eliminating these delays through pipelining, keeping data flowing smoothly like a well-oiled assembly line. One key tool is the cache. A cache is a small, fast storage buffer that holds frequently used data. If data is in the cache, the processor doesn't wait. It's like keeping your most used tools on your workbench instead of the garage. But even when data is flowing, it faces obstacles. Electricity doesn't move freely. Even copper, one of our best conductors, has electrical resistance. Think of resistance like a clogged water pipe. If the pipe is filled with gravel, less water gets through. As wires get thinner, resistance increases. Every electronic device, your computer, phone, even your air conditioner, spews out invisible electromagnetic fields that can interfere with data. Imagine dozens of people talking at once in a crowded room. If two people speak at the same frequency, their voices distort each other. In many computer cables, extra wires act as shields, absorbing noise so it doesn't interfere with the data-carrying wires. Another subtlety: voltage doesn't instantly appear. It takes time to build up, like turning open a water valve. Only when the voltage rises high enough does the device recognize it as data. This is called the voltage threshold. The more noise a component has to deal with, the harder it is to tell the difference between a signal and static. Let's step back. Early computers like the Altair communicated through physical switches and blinking lights. Soon, keyboards became standard. The keyboard became our primary way of talking to computers, but its layout sparked fierce debate. In 1936, Dvorak designed a more efficient layout, placing common letters under the strongest fingers. We still use QWERTY today because compatibility is powerful. People had already learned it, and switching required too much effort. Influential innovations came from Xerox's PARC in the 70s, including the graphical user interface and the mouse. Xerox's computers didn't sell. It was Apple and Microsoft who later popularized these ideas, proving technology doesn't guarantee market success. Today, we're pushing beyond keyboards. Voice recognition, touchscreens, gesture control, and even brain-computer interfaces are the new frontier. Behind that simplicity lies an invisible ballet: electrons racing at light speed, overcoming resistance and noise, so you can click and type. Next time you use a computer, appreciate the journey those signals take. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe for more Tech Explained.